farm, family, community. This is Midwest Farm Weekly.
Good morning, I'm Elaine Wells, and thanks for joining us for Midwest Farm Weekly. On today's show, our recent humidity was due in part to our corn crop. We will explore just how much moisture it can actually put into the air. Then a new program to monitor water quality in Door County has local students involved. And a signature Wisconsin industry is ever evolving. We'll take a look at some new tools for making maple syrup. Wisconsin's corn crop remains slightly ahead of an average year when it comes to development, but overall the condition still remains less than ideal. 65% of the crop is rated good to excellent. 25% of our corn crop has now reached the dent stage. Soybeans are now nearly all blooming, with 90% of them setting pods. That crop is also slightly ahead of an average year. Fourth crop hay is 20% done. That crop is 75% in high quality condition. It turns out corn has a significant impact on the mugginess that we experienced this past week and really across the Corn Belt. Local 5's Samantha Petters explains corn sweat.
Corn sweat, they have done research, and that is called evapotranspiration or just transpiration.
So corn sweats too, but what does that mean? Chris Clark with the University of Wisconsin Extension breaks it down.
It is the plants reacting to that warmer weather. And so they also then need more moisture, and so they're uptaking more from the, again, stored underground water and bringing that up to the atmosphere that we're in.
Clark also tells me large-scale fields of corn like the one you see behind me, releasing water through their leaves can boost humidity levels, making people feel hotter, saying 1 acre of corn can add 3,000 to 4,000 gallons of water a day to the atmosphere.
1 acre, to put in perspective, is like a football field. What it's doing is taking up water from the soil, and it's also obtaining nutrients from that, using it in photosynthesis to make sugars to put on a nice reproductive cob of corn.
Clark noticed it over the weekend, saying corn in the states south of Wisconsin, including Illinois and Iowa, are doing the same thing.
It does usually hit about this time of the year, in this August time frame, just because all of the surrounding states and all of our local vegetation it's at its fullest growth potential.
And corn stalks throughout the area have reached their full size, meaning they're now letting go of the excess moisture ahead of their reproductive phases. So the warmer the temperature, the sweatier the corn. In Green Bay, Samantha Petters, Local 5 News.
And the same way corn and other plants are drinking more water right now, always a good reminder for us people to do the same to stay hydrated. A new report shows non-irrigated cropland in Wisconsin is renting for an average of $158 per acre. That's a $7 increase from last year. Locally, Kewaunee County is in the top 5 for highest rent prices across Wisconsin. Lafayette County is the highest in the state at $261 per acre. You can see on this map, though, there's quite a range throughout our area. Some farmers are paying less than $100 per acre. The Coolest Thing Made in Wisconsin contest is now open. Last year, several products related to the agriculture industry made the list. On Local 5 Live, we chatted with Wisconsin Manufacturing and Commerce about how you can nominate your favorite product.
Product that is manufactured here in Wisconsin. So I think a lot of people think of, kind of the normal things from, whether it's metal machining, small engines, we have a lot of, vehicles and, water sport products, outboard motors, cranes, that, all kinds of different things that people think of when they think of manufacturing here in Wisconsin. But we're a huge food processing state as well. So food processing goes into things like making beer, soda, cheese, popcorn, all different kinds of products, frozen vegetables. So I think no matter what it is, as long as it uses that manufacturing process here in the state, it qualifies to possibly be named the coolest thing made in Wisconsin. Well, I am so proud of the fact that we have had well over 1,000 products that have been nominated over our first 8 years in this contest, and I'm sure we're going to have even more as we kick off the 9th year here. And it shows the diversity of manufacturing that we have here in this state. We make all kinds of products, and no matter what it is, we want to be able to highlight that here, and that's why WMC and Johnson Financial Group do this each year. We want to highlight how important this industry is to our economic sector, contributes almost $70 billion to our economy each year, but it creates a lot of really good jobs too. And these are high-tech, high-skill, high-paid jobs that employ about 1 in 6 people in our state.
For more information and to nominate through September 6th, just head to the Midwest Farm section of wearegreenbay.com. Well, as kids go back to school, one group of teachers has been hard at work all summer. They've been tending to the school gardens so that students can dig in and learn about agriculture. Earl Stoudemire reports from San Antonio, Texas.
Thomas Vargas has been busy this summer keeping a green garden to harvest vegetables.
Right now we have pumpkins, watermelon, and corn growing.
The garden is part of a 5-acre student-led farm. Vargas and 3 other agriculture instructors at Burbank High School have been maintaining the grounds the entire summer.
A lot of teachers, they look forward to that summertime rest, but there's no rest on a farm. We keep going every single day, 365.
During the school year, the students even raise and breed their own animals. I have a baby pig right here. There's also even chickens and goats. And while they breed them, they even show them at FFA contests.
They don't stop eating on the weekends. They don't stop needing care. And we have a lot of pride in our animals. So that's one thing that drives it.
The students can focus on animal sciences, horticulture, or the school's returning program for agriculture engineering. Beyond the classroom, the program gives extra vegetables to local food banks to help the community. For Vargas's work, he's ready to see it foster a love for learning.
Being able to have the students come out here after summer, see things that have been going on, how the program's been getting better, it just makes it worth it.
Speaking of students in agriculture, 4-H clubs across the state are invited to submit a new flavor idea for the Cedar Crest Ice Cream Contest. This annual contest opened on September 1st. 5 finalists are selected by a panel of Cedar Crest ice cream flavor experts. Then one is awarded the top honor and a $500 gift. The winning flavor then makes its debut in parlors in the summer of 2025. 2024's winner was something called Paul Bunyan. It was created by a 4-H club in Lincoln County. Your entries are due by November 15th.
Well, Jeremy Hansen here from Fox Valley Technical College for Life on the Farm. And joining me today is Nicole Campbell. Nicole, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks for coming out.
You know, you have a rather unique business, and it's not a unique business, but how you run your business is unique. What do you do?
Well, we own a floral shop, but more importantly, beyond that, why you're here today is we also have our own flower farm in conjunction with that floral shop.
Right. And where is your flower shop
Our flower
located?
shop is located on Broadway in downtown Green Bay, right downtown, and then our flower farm is about 45 minutes northwest outside of the city.
Right. So you actually grow some of the flowers that you use in your floral designs, correct?
Yes, we grow as much as we can here in our Wisconsin climate. Obviously, winters make it a little bit more challenging, so we don't produce year-round, but we take advantage of the growing season.
Right. So, you know, what are some of your favorite flowers that you grow here?
My absolute most favorite thing on the planet are dahlias. We grow a ton of dahlias. Something I honestly never thought I would grow. They're a little bit of work, but they're worth every moment of it. And then I would say probably peonies and sunflowers are our other 2 favorites.
Nicole, I got to ask, why don't you just buy your flowers wholesale?
We do buy some of our flowers wholesale. There are some things that just the Wisconsin climate is not conducive to growing here, like roses and some of those orchids, things like that. So those we do buy in wholesale. We grow anything that we can here. It's fresher product. We don't have to have it shipped in from South America, Holland, that sort of thing. It's also less costly because we're not paying that shipping, which obviously can get really expensive. And we know that this has been grown in an environmentally responsible manner because we don't use any pesticides. Pest control is done by hand. So.
Right. And that was one of the questions I wanted to ask you. What are some of the challenges on your farm here growing your own flowers?
Pests are definitely a challenge. The Japanese beetles arrived 3 years ago, I think that was now, and we literally pluck them off by hand and drown them in soapy water. So it's a time investment, but we have such diversity of insects and birds and everything that happens out here, and I don't want to be the one to disrupt that balance, so we just make sure that our footprint is very light.
There should be an equal number of good insects versus bad.
Yeah, absolutely, and really we found that as long as we don't get in the way, it does a good job of taking care of itself. We had terrible aphids this year on some of the milkweed at the start of the season, and we were just patient, and the ladybugs arrived, and now they're just feeding away and balancing out the aphids, and it just the checks and balances are there if we just let it happen.
All right, how about weed control? What do you do for weed control?
We do use a black landscape fabric as a barrier just to keep that under control. Otherwise, it is just weeding by hand, and it's constant. If I take my foot off the gas for a moment, those weeds are sprouting up everywhere. But so I literally finish one section of the garden and then start again because it's perpetual.
Right. So Nicole, what percent of your business are from your flowers that you grow here?
During the growing season, we provide about 60% of our own flowers. As I mentioned, roses, there will always be those things that we're going to have to bring in just being in Wisconsin, but we're really fortunate. We also do a farm share program where we have deliveries that go every week to our farm share customers. So we're also providing all that from the farm as well.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Now the name of your floral shop is Petal Pushers, correct?
Yep.
So what are some of the customers and what are they using the flowers for?
The majority, well, our farm shares, as I mentioned, a lot of the product goes to those, but I would say number 2 beyond that is our weddings. We do a lot of weddings, and we're finding that couples like the idea of flowers being raised locally, sustainably, that sort of thing. And the fact that there are some things that just don't ship well, so us having our own farm allows us to provide some of these things to our couples that we can't ship in. They just don't, not all flowers travel well, so.
Well, Nicole, I really appreciate the tour of your farm here. It's absolutely beautiful out here.
Thank you.
And a very fascinating business, but keeping it all local. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
So for Life on the Farm, I'm Jeremy Hansen.
It's a sweet tradition in Wisconsin, and the maple syrup industry is always evolving. On Local 5 Live, our retired Rambler showcased an operation near Manitowoc.
In the Wood Sugar Bush is run by Jesse and Margot Wagner.
Okay.
40, like you said, 45 years. His dad did
Wow.
it. He's third generation. They manage about 17 acres and about 3,500 maple trees.
Wow.
And what's interesting is a maple tree has to be at least 30 to 40 years old before it actually starts to produce. And they use a vacuum system there that pulls about 10 to 20 gallons of sap per tree. So it's amazing. Last year they did about 83,000 gallons of sap. So
Wow.
that's a lot.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
So
that's a big investment.
that it is.
You mentioned the vacuum system. That's not the osmosis
No.
thing that you
No.
wanted to talk about. This
Nope.
is where the evolving industry comes in,
It
right?
is. It is. I mean, years ago they carried it away with pails, and that's long, long gone.
Okay.
So now there's a whole system of tubing throughout the woods that goes to a vacuum collector, and then from that it's pumped into big tanks, and then from there it goes into reverse osmosis that takes about 75% of the water out of the sap water, so it's a lot more efficient. When it goes to the evaporator, which is the last phase of it, and that's what cooks it down. So there's a huge process.
So previously all the water was removed during the evaporator process, right?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
like this just
and it
makes...
took a lot longer.
Sure.
So now it creates a lot better process.
So it speeds it up and gets us more products. Tell us a little bit about the products that you brought.
Yeah, I mean, they do amazing products for mom and pop. Obviously, they do maple syrup. They do apple pancake mix. They do make sugar itself. And sugar has a lower glycemic value. Maple syrup, I should say, has a lower glycemic value than sugar itself.
Yes.
So it's a little healthier. And plus, for the fun of it, they make maple syrup suckers. So, so I'll leave them here for you guys.
They're good.
Really?
They're good. Yeah.
They are really good. Talk a little bit, Steve, about how the maple syrup industry fits in with your mission of letting everybody know about the Wisconsin Ledge.
It does. They're very similar because they're farmers. They work with a crop that's sustainable, just like I do with the vineyard, right? But they have trees, and so it's very sustainable. They work hard at it every year, and it's a continuing process that never ends. I mean, a maple tree can grow to be 400 years old.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as long as you do it correctly, retap every year in a different spot, don't go deeper than 2 inches, all that good stuff. There's a process to it. But I mean, that they're very sustainable, and that's a perfect way. And that's what ties into working on the Wisconsin Ledge, the Niagara Escarpment, is we're using a resource that is here already that we can get a great product from.
In the Wood Sugar Bush is part of the Something Special from Wisconsin program. You can learn much more about their operation, their farm, by connecting on Facebook. UW Oshkosh is giving students the opportunity to put their knowledge into action. Ryan Kudish brings you to Door County for an in-depth look.
For decades, UW Oshkosh students have been making a daily appearance at Door County beaches during the summer. But have you ever wondered why? Between Memorial Day and Labor Day, the school hires students from all across the UW system to take part in their water quality monitoring program. Students operate a lab inside Crossroads at Big Creek where they monitor the water quality at the county beaches and access points for E. coli and other bacteria. Greg Kleinheinz is the director of the ERIC lab at UW Oshkosh and oversees this program.
These are hands-on applied learning activities where they're able to take classroom information and knowledge and put it into practice within a community, helping address an issue that community needs. And so beaches provide a unique opportunity for doing sort of what I would say is the environmentally right thing and monitoring environmental water quality, but also public health protection.
As part of this experience, the students are gaining real-world laboratory experience as well as being able to work as a team. Each of the beaches are tested a few times a week. Areas that have had past E. coli issues sometimes are tested even more extensively. For the students, this is a way to give back to the community, especially Bobby Blahnik, who grew up in Algoma.
I've noticed changes over the years with the lake and the beaches in this area, and just being able to take a closer look and know more in depth about what's going on with the beaches, both with the conditions and the public health side. Very important to me to come back and share this with my community.
UW Plattsville student Chase Fisher says this experience was a no-brainer in allowing him the opportunity to get out into the environment.
It widens my experiences and my knowledge of what is out there. I've always been interested in water. I grew up on the river, so I love water. I love lakes, so it's just kind of nice to give back to the community, essentially.
Residents and business owners can drop off samples for the students to make sure their water is safe to drink.
Good morning, I'm Storm Team 5 meteorologist Alexis Staniak. Hard to believe we're into the month of September as we finish up this weekend. Looking back on the month of August, we finished the month about 5.5 inches above average for precipitation here in Green Bay. Nice to see those numbers jump up to a positive over into Bismarck and Pierre into the Dakotas as they began the month of August with numbers below zero. Still in a little bit of a drought further to south and west of Wisconsin, including places like Kansas City, Wichita, well as into Denver, and even further south and east of Wisconsin into places like Louisville and as far east as Columbus, Ohio. For the entire year, so from January 1st until now, Green Bay, Wisconsin has accumulated just over 27 inches of liquid precipitation. The Dakotas still into the teens, about 11 inches over in Denver, roughly 30 inches through Indiana, all the way through Kentucky and into Columbus, Ohio, Detroit, just over 2 feet of rainfall and about 32 inches down in St. Louis. Now, as we head through the next week to 10-day stretch, not going to see too much more rain come here through the Midwest as we're looking to see a drier period as we start off the month of September. Much more rainfall anticipated further south of the Midwest, so that looks through southern Illinois and then further south towards Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, those places. Doesn't look to be too much rain to accumulate over the next week's stretch, even all the way as far west as the Dakotas. Below average precipitation expected for the next 8 to 14 days, stretching all the way through Billings, Montana, through Minneapolis, Minnesota, and continuing on here into Wisconsin, Michigan, and as far east as looks like northwestern Ohio, even all the way as south as Kansas, and then all the way through Missouri as well. Looks like they will see above average precipitation for places across the south and east of the United States. And then same thing with the September through November outlook. Still above normal for precipitation for the East Coast. Looks like we'll stay below normal for precipitation for most areas south and west of Wisconsin, all the way through southern California, stretching through southern Texas, and then there is that one spot seeing above normal precipitation for the months of fall, all the way through the northwestern parts of the United States. Now, we are going to stay in this warmer pattern for about the next week to 2 week stretch. Wisconsin looking to see slightly above average temperatures, whereas further west into the Dakotas and all the way as far west as Montana will see even warmer temperatures come through. And then it looks like really for the most part, Most of the United States will be in this above normal category for temperatures as we head through those fall months. Quiet for most of this holiday weekend. We will see some sunshine through Saturday into Sunday, more sunshine into Monday. Could see an isolated rain chance roll through the Dakotas on Tuesday and into Minneapolis. Looks like sunshine will hold as we head into Wednesday, and then continuing into Thursday of this upcoming week. Cloud cover will gradually increase as our next rain chance returns to the Dakotas then through Minnesota, and then we'll return to Wisconsin as we head closer to Friday.
Keeping a close eye on that for our friends in Calumet County. Their fair kind of puts the ice cream on top, or cherry on top of the fair season in Wisconsin this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, we should say hopefully dry for that.
All right, thanks for joining us.